This is a very, very juicy story time. I know my cousin's seen this channel. I don't know about my auntie. To be frankly honest, I don't care. Because what we went through in that house, yeah, was unbelievable. And what she put my cousin through at that time was wrong. I'm here to tell the whole world about it, actually.
When I'm alone, I check the time. I hit you up. You're on my mind. Love the light.
Yo. So basically, yeah. I didn't even have to start this. I need to be careful because of names and stuff. Okay. My cousin, a girl, well, brother and sister. So let's just say Matthew and Crystal. If I say that, she's definitely gonna know who it is. Woo! And then let's call the love interest Leon. I can't even remember the names I just said. I said Matthew and Crystal, Leon in it, and then the mum in it. Okay, so Leon was my cousin Matthew's boy. Like, used to be this house. I think I spoke about it before. I think I spoke about this house before. Maybe in the catfish story I done, where like it was my auntie's house, and like all these boys used to just always come to the house. Like he always used to have these boys in the house. Literally, like every girlfriend that I had, not like that, girlfriend, anyone that came, they always it was 0%. It was 0% likely that you up, and you most likely will see someone that you like. Because all different type of men, all different type of boys, and they were just always there. Boys just always used to cotch at that house. They smoke weed and do boy stuff in it. Like it just used to be so manic with boys. So there was this specific one that my cousin was friends with from a long time. We went to school together. He was like ruthless. Like he was ruthless. He was so. As much as he was nice, he was one of those people that didn't care. So an element of disrespectful, kind of bad boyish, would don't care, would do whatever, whenever, would steal. He got arrested. He just was one of those people that just really didn't care. Like literally, he didn't care. Didn't give a fuck. And I think a lot of people found that attractive, especially my cousin. And first, she didn't want to tell him how she felt because he was her brother's friend. And you know how that worked out. They were proper clothes, bad boy type of East End boys. Like it's not like going on because he slept with a lot of people, and I knew that, and we know that he would run through girls and whatever, always bring girls, flirt with girls and stuff. So, and he used to do that. He used to be my cousin. Him and my cousin used to be like wing partners for doing that, and then so obviously my cousin wouldn't approve. And there was this other boy that was staying there. He used to get on my tits, boy. Oh my god, he so annoying. There's one time it annoyed me so much, I phlegmed and put ketchup in his bag. I was like, he used to be like Satan. That's another story time anyway. We confided in him in a minute, and I was like, what would you say if Crystal and Leon got together? And he was just like, oh, I think it's quite alright considering that your mum knows him, and like I just feel like if he's going out of you, knowing that he comes to this house and he's close to your brother, he wouldn't really do any shit like that, to be honest. And then that's how I saw it, because it's different if someone is going out sleeping around with people. Yeah, they can do that, but if they're really close to their friend and their mum, like they're either not going to go there with the sister because they see the sister as a sister, or if they go there, they have no choice but to be respectful. Do you get what I mean? So he was like, yeah, and I was like, he said, I don't think, I nearly said my cousin's name, I don't think Matthew would think that it's a bad thing. And then my cousin Crystal was just like, okay. I was like, should we tell him? So he come downstairs now, innit? And he was like, you're right. I said, Matthew? He said, what? I said, can I talk to you? He goes, yeah, okay, what's up? I said, what would you say if your sister was in a relationship with one of your friends? He goes, depends who, to be honest. And then I said who. He was like,
no, that can never happen. Never. I swear to God, if you go there, yeah, watch what I'm gonna do to you.
I said, shut up! Like, just get a grip. Jesus Christ. If he's going to do something bad to her, then it has to be her own journey to learn. But if she likes him and he actually likes her, what is the problem? No, but that's my friend. No. I was like, but your friend likes her. And yes, it was confirmed. I skipped that part kind of because they were messaging him. I made her tell him how she felt. And he goes, well, I'm feeling you too. And then that one night downstairs, I had a kiss. Ah, it was so juicy watching it. I was like... and he went, I was like, yes! It was really juicy. Oh, I'll never forget that day. Such a good night. He was like,
well, if he really is into her and he's feeling her, then I need to have a talk with him. But I mean, you know what he's like, you know what he's done, innit?
I said, yeah, but you just have to learn. It could be a good thing. Like, think about it. At least you know that your sister's not going out with, you know who your sister's going out with, and you get along with who they're going out with. And he has no choice but to be respectful because you're his best friend. You're like a brother to him. And he knows your mum, and he sees every single day, like, hello. And he goes, yeah, that's true, that's true. He started to see, like, the benefits of him. Because I was convincing, That was okay. Everything was fine now. We spoke to the main source. We didn't really think it was an issue to even speak to my auntie. We didn't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest, because she knew everyone that my cousin already went out with always come to the house anyway, so it just wasn't different to us. We didn't think anything of it, actually. So, he come that night. And he was like, he spoke to my cousin, Matthew, and after that, he called my cousin Crystal, and they were talking down the stairs, and I was just looking, down the banister, and he made it official. It's like, well, if he's okay with it, then I want you to be my girl, innit? And then she was like, yeah. The lorry. I was so happy. I was just like, yes. Oh my god, yes. Then went upstairs. There was a few boys in my auntie's room, like just her. Always used to be there on her bed. Ugh. So I was like, guess what? I said, guess what? She's like, what? I said, Crystal has a new boyfriend. Even my mum was there, actually. And she's like, really? Who? I was like, someone you know! Oh my god, you're gonna so approve this. Like, you are going to be quite happy with this because you know the person, like, you really love them. I was like, ooh. And she's looking around, a few boys in the room, like, you. I was like, is no one in here? And Crystal was like, oh, please. I was like, in here. She goes, who? I said, Leon, your new son-in-law. You guys, I was not expecting the tornado that unleashed in my mouth. It completely went left. Like, it went left really badly. And even my cousin, he was like, he didn't understand.
Why the hell are you mad for? Like, should Amber be mad? It's meant to be my friend. If I'm okay with it, why are you mad? You will see her boyfriends all the time, so...
No, but not him. Not him. And then she was like, I can do what I want. Like, I'm his girl and he likes me, so I don't understand what the problem is, yeah? And she goes, Kaya! She started shouting around the house. She got up off the bed, threatened to hit her, and I was just like, whoa. This is not that serious. I said, Auntie, what's the matter? She goes, and you. I was like, me? I don't know what I did. I thought that this was amazing. Obviously not. She started getting mad. She goes, I'll deal with you tomorrow. So we just went to the room. My cousin was vexed, boy. And I couldn't understand it because now I was vexed as well. And I was like, how come she's mad? Why the hell would she be that mad? You guys, she was mad. And I never understood. Like, I could never understand it. It's not like she wasn't used to my cousin. My cousin already had like about 3 boyfriends at that point. They didn't last long, the relationships, but they used to come to the house and they were still coming to the house anyway. So it was just really odd, like, that it had to be this one specific person that she was so angry, and she was angry. But it should have been the total opposite. So the next day come, and he come in, Leon, and they were on like it's a townhouse, so like 1, 2, like on the second floor. And he was holding her, and he's like, you okay, you okay? What happened, what happened? She was like, Mum went mad yesterday, like about us being together. Like, why is she mad for? She went mad and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I haven't spoken to her since yesterday. And he was like, is this for you? And I was like, mm-hmm. I don't understand why she was mad, to be honest. And I was like, don't worry, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. And she's like, okay. And I was just like, so close. It always felt like I was in a relationship too, you know. Like I was just, anytime she was happy, I was always extra. I'm always extra happy all the time for people. So weird. But so he went upstairs, and then we went up too. But we was under, like we was sneaking up, so they couldn't really see us. So we was just looking through the banister into her room, and she was like, I'm not happy with you. What kind of shit is this that you're doing? And then he was like, what do you mean, Mumsy? That's what he used to call her, Mumsy. And he was like, what kind of shit is this? Like, why are you, so you and my daughter together? And then he's like, yeah, like, I like her. He goes, since when? He goes, I like her. He goes, I just don't think that she's enough for you, to be honest. We was on the stairs listening to her own mum say that to her boyfriend. Oh my God. I was like, she goes, yeah, I don't think that she's enough for you. I want you to end it. And then he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. My cousin wasn't there, because if he was, he would have told her about her ass, because he was so disrespectful to her when she was wrong. And that woman needs it sometimes, to be honest. She just goes over the top for the most stupid things. There was this one time, yeah, she claims benefits. She goes, all you fucking do is come here and you come here with your shit, and you don't do shit, and you don't even work. Why don't you fucking get a job? And he goes,
Why don't you fucking get a job?
And then she shut up, because at that point she never had a job. Oh my God, I'll never get a time in the room. It was so funny. It was so funny. Moving on swiftly. So, yeah, so she was just saying all that to him. And then my cousin was just like heartbroken. And now I was getting angry, and I nearly went upstairs and really told her about herself, because I never talk. I don't care. I'm like that, you know. Like, when something's wrong, it's wrong. That was horrendous. And for my cousin to hear her own mum saying that. So I went in front of her, I was like, I cannot believe that your own mum said that. And she goes, oh my God, sir. Then, he come downstairs. The stairs is here, and the front room's here. And we saw him, because the front room was just like 2 glass doors. And she was going towards him, and he was like this. Like this. And then she stood, and then you just see her, my auntie, come behind him. And then I was just like, okay. And I was like, where are you going, auntie? She goes, we're just going to the shop. And then when they got into the car, my cousin come from God knows where, he got into the car too. As soon as they went shop, they went for, it felt like it just felt so long. I never forget that. We were just waiting, like, why the hell have they all just suddenly gone to the shop? And why did it take 3 people to go to the shop? It just didn't make sense. The shop was just round the corner, literally, like, it wasn't that serious. And she always sent us to go to the shop, so I didn't understand. That woman never moved from her bed. She's just like, okay. Like, about half an hour they come back. And I just never forget the mood. It was like, it was a summer's day, boy, but it was like a dark cloud entered that house. Never forget, it was so awkward. And they walked in, and I was on the freezer next to the door, and my cousin was in the kitchen. And you could see it's the opposite. This is the freezer, this is the front door, this is the kitchen. Like, it's just, you know. And this is the passage, and they come in, and I was just like, and then she was sitting there like this, just looking, and then he said, can I talk to you? She's like, yeah. And he goes, I like you, but this is not gonna work. And she started crying. And I was just like, I couldn't understand. I was like, seriously? Why? What? That doesn't even make sense. What, you just go to the shop and you suddenly have a change of heart. You walked 5 minutes. You went in a car to go shop, which is 5 minutes down the road, and suddenly you have a change of heart. Like, this is not even right, man. I hope you're happy with yourselves. And then I went after her, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Then, woo! This is when it got hot. This was delicious. My auntie come in the front room. She was like, you see what happens? You see what happens? Do you see why I was angry with you? This is the type of person you want to be with. One day he wants to be with you, the next minute he doesn't. My cousin didn't care. She was like,
you said something. Just when he got here, he was fine. We was fine. He was walking upstairs. Suddenly he got shot, but now he doesn't want to be with me. What did you say to him?
she goes, you better shut up. Shut up your mouth. No, you
Shut up. You shut up. How dare you? Always want to ruin my happiness. You know how much I liked him. This was going somewhere.
She goes, oh, no. And she goes, you were just a little spock brat. That's what you are. Just shut up. And she goes, no, you shut up. And she comes and she pushes her, yeah. And then my cousin gets up and nudges her. And she goes, come here. So then they went all the way downstairs into the garden. I was just like, Crystal. It's so weird. I just want to say her name, boy. Like, Crystal, come.
No, I've had enough. I'm leaving his house today. I don't understand. It's so much dickheads in this house.
And he come down, Leon come down, and he was like, calm down. She went,
Get the fuck off me. Don't even touch me. I don't want to even see your face.
she was mad. And then my cousin Matthew was like,
You come down, man, calm down.
I was like, get out my face. You are pricks. Who the hell does this to their family?
you weren't messing, boy. Oh, I was for it. It was fantastic. Me, I was behind her. Everywhere anyone was looking, I was cutting my eyes like this. Because it was wrong. Can you imagine? Very wrong. Then my auntie grabbed her. She come here, she grabbed her, and then my cousin was like nudging her off like this. So like, get off me. She goes, touch me like that. Don't you touch me like that. And my cousin was like, get the fuck off me. Get off me. She said, don't touch me like that. She said, get off me, you bitch. Oh, she slapped her. I was like, ah. Oh my God. I was just... It's just like the whole world literally stopped. It was just like... so fucking hell. Then she's like, I need you to get out of this house now. Pack your stuff and get out. I'm going. And I was like, don't pack anything. Just stay here. We have to resolve this. Like, literally. And it was so funny because I feel like she provoked. It's so awkward that I'm defending this still, but you guys needed to be there. Like, it was horrible, you know. Like, if you think that the way I'm saying it is somehow, if you was there and you saw it, it was horrible. Like, I can't express it. It may sound funny the way I'm saying it, but it was really horrible. Like, it was horrible. Like, this the whole situation, man, and I felt like she was just being provoked. It was so uncalled for and it was so annoying because she like after she made him dump her, she literally come into her face and rubbed it and tried to make it out like it was her fault. It was the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. And then to get in her face, you cow, you this. It was just, I don't understand. It was just like, Jesus, everything was just fine a few hours ago. I was mind baffled, but I was so annoyed, but I was so confused. Then my mum come here. I let my mum in on what happened. I was like, Mum, imagine what happened earlier. No. My mum was like, ah. I was like, yes. Can you imagine what happened? And she would Debbie end up slapping her. She called her bitch when Junior. And she ended up, she thinks she stayed with us that night. I can't remember I can't remember how that bit ended, but I can remember her coming to our house. I can't remember how long she was there for, but she did definitely come to our house when that happened. And it was just, she went back the next day. Like, they've made up what families are like, innit? But it was horrible. And then I overheard my auntie saying that she thinks that she's falling in love with the boy, like she can't get him out of her head. And then that's when everything made sense. And I was just like, oh my God, you crazy. I told my cousin boy, I was like, babe, no wonder why she was acting like that. Because she is in love with him. I heard her. I heard it. Like I heard it. And I think I said something like that. I think I said something sarcastic like, well, could anyone think that she wants him? But I never really thought that that was the case. She was in love with him. And you want to know what the gag is? You want to hear something really funny? He was only 17. Oh my God, so disgusting. But what makes it even more disgusting, because it was her son's friend, that she knew him from when he was like in year 7, literally. Ugh. It was such a pervy story, to be honest. Yeah, well, I definitely don't talk to her anymore. Definitely I don't. Yeah, that is that crazy story time, you guys. Crazy, crazy story time.
Fast life. Fuck that though.
I'm ready to go.